Hey, I'm for you. That's why I'm here. This morning my alarm went off at 4:24. You know why? Because I'm for you. Not because I didn't want to sleep. I'm not against sleeping. I've had this day circled on my calendar for a while. I wouldn't have had a shirt made because I'm for you. Some of you have seen me before. If you're in 8th grade and you remember me tap dancing last year, please raise your hand. No. I mean, actually, I want to stand up. If you remember me tap dancing on this stage, go ahead and stand up. You were kind and gracious, and when I watched the video back, I didn't even hear you making fun of me, so that was great. Thank you. Have a seat. So if you're in 7th grade, you don't know me, and that's all right. I'm a dude named Mike. I'm married to Gina. She's beautiful. We've been married for almost 24 years. I've got a daughter named Rayleigh. She got married. She graduated college and she got married this summer, busy summer. I've got 2 giant toddlers. Jackson he's a senior. He's like 6'5". He plays on the offensive line for Duncan. And then I've got another one who's Jacob. He's a sophomore. He's a little bit taller than me. And I used to be the tallest one in the family, and now I'm almost the shortest. Whoa. And I've lost some weight. My wedding ring is falling off. I gotta go get that fixed. I'm just telling you a little bit about me because I'm for you. This is number 904. 904 times I've been invited to come into public schools in the last 7 years and tell people just like you that I'm for you. And I started doing it because I heard people say, kids these days. And when people say kids these days, and they start talking about kids these days, you think they're going to say something that's encouraging or maybe not so much. Yeah, not so much. And so instead of getting mad, which I can get mad just like you can get mad, instead of getting mad, I just thought, I kept hearing it over and over and over again. And I thought, people who say kids these days, I think they just don't really know kids these days. Because some of the press that you get is not just for your kindness. I mean, I told you that I tap danced, so you remember seeing me do that last year? And it was my first solo tap dance ever. And when I'm thinking it through, I'm like, okay, so Mike, what part of you thought it was a great idea to pick the audience in the world that's most known for their encouragement and generosity? Middle schools, right? I mean, no. And I've got some people who, they're like, you for sure didn't do that. No, I've shown the video to 3 people. It's not on YouTube. And if you don't remember, it was the song Uptown Funk. And when you hear Uptown Funk, I'm sure you don't think shuffle ball change. Like, it's not what you think. You don't care about that. But here's what I know. I know that whenever you look in the mirror, you and I are not that different. You don't always see your highlight reel. Sometimes you see ways where you messed up or you let somebody down, or you did something but you didn't do it quite as good as you wanted to do it. That just makes you human. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. And especially at this phase of your life in middle school, like everybody kind of looks a little bit different. They kind of feel a little bit different. And then here's what happens. Sometimes instead of looking and seeing our differences and appreciating the differences, we look and see the differences and we say, oh, well, I got to make my difference better than yours. And so we'll start saying stuff that we can't unsaid. We'll start doing stuff that we can't undo. And then we just say, oh, I was just kidding. It's just a little joke. Just a little mama joke. Or just a little, it was not a big deal. It was just something we put on a bar stool. It wasn't a big thing. It was just kind of, taking shots at somebody else. Like just kind of making fun of somebody. And listen, the reason why I love to come into middle schools, the reason why I'm for you, is because I think you have the opportunity to be some of the best parts of what's right with our community. And I love that you're starting archery. I mean, somebody volunteers tribute or whatever. Like you can go all the way back to Katniss Everdeen and see how Robin Hood, you can see all kinds of archers, and I think that's great. I love that you're doing esports, like Rocket League, like you would destroy me in Rocket League. I'm almost as bad at Rocket League as I am actual soccer. Like without driving a car. Like that's not what I'm great at. But this is what I love with video games. I told you I've got 2 sons, and I said giant toddlers because it's just kind of a developmental thing. It's going to be kind of weird for you too. You start out as babies and you grow up some, and then you get really smart, and then you're not quite as smart as you think you are, and developmentally some other stuff happens, and your brain is not fully developed. And that's not shade, I'm not throwing shade at you, it's just a little bit of science. Your prefrontal cortex isn't fully developed yet, so sometimes you're going to think, oh, it's a great idea. And you're going to do something and you're like, oh, why did I do that? Well, the answer is because your brain's not fully developed. Now, I'm not mad at you, I'm just telling you, you just need to kind of know what you're working with, right? Like that's just how it works. When I was in 7th grade, if you're in 7th grade, please stand up. Thank you. Look at some of you are smiling, way to go. Some of you are not, I don't mean you're not smiling, you're just not smiling yet. So, before you sit down, you can't sit down. No. Before you sit down, look at somebody and smile. Not a weird, creepy smile, just a smile, all right? All right. Thank you very much. Go ahead and have a seat. Hey, when I was in 7th grade, I was pretty athletic. I used to sing. I sang a song to a girl. I got sunshine. I sang my girl to a girl. I had my first hand-holding girlfriend, different girl. 9 weeks and 2 days, and then she broke up with me. You didn't say, oh, when I got to you, say, oh, ready, 1, 2, 3. Oh, she broke up with me. It was really sad. I don't know if she broke up with me and she just decided to not be going with me anymore. Like, I didn't really know about it. It was one of those things you find out about later, or it was kind of a weird time. Now, for me, you and I are not that different. Whenever something happened to me that didn't meet my expectations, I dealt with it the only way I knew how to deal with it. Maybe you do. I didn't have social media. We had some mama jokes to say, but I didn't have lots of ways to retaliate. So I did the only thing I knew how to do. I wrote a song about it. Yeah, I'm not singing for you. As far as you know, I'm not singing for you. The song was called I'm Sorry. And it's very sad. And if I would have brought my guitar, which I purposely left at home, this song was, I really loved Garth Brooks. It was a little bit less Garth Brooks, a little bit more Adam Sandler. It was a little more Much Lady Land than some of the other stuff. It just didn't end well. But I was smart enough to not ever sing it in front of her. Now, my wife of 24 years has heard it more than she cares to, because I've told this story a few times. My boys think it's hilarious, and they, try to do an impression of me. They both play the guitar and play drums and whatever. They both do some of that stuff, and they're like, hey, Dad, I'm sorry. It's kind of making fun of me a little. But I just didn't know how to deal with it. And you don't know how to deal with it. And we didn't have vaping at that point. We didn't have a lot of things. Don't get me wrong, there were lots of opportunities to get in trouble. But I didn't have all of the same opportunities to get in trouble that you do. But that's okay. What you need to know, yes, you have lots of opportunities to get in trouble. There's this thing called the negativity bias, and that's kind of how we tend to operate. Most of the time we think about what goes wrong or what could go wronger. Sorry for the English group over here. I'm not trying to throw that shade at the beginning. Like what goes wrong or what could go way more wrong. And instead of looking at what's good, we look at, this is terrible. I remember when I ran my first mile, which wasn't recently, maybe surprised you, I'm not known for my running, that's not what I do. But I remember running my first mile and I thought, I didn't die. But I had some friends that run marathons. And they're like, I'm gonna go for a run. And I was like, yeah, me too. We can go for a run, lap and a half, I think, around the track. And they're like, yeah, me too, about 8.4. 8.4 what? 8.4 miles. I drive 8.4. That's not what I do. People process things in different ways, and that's good. What I want you to think about today is not just looking at people who are different and seeing their difference and then trying to make your difference better than theirs. Because that's not helping anybody. And it might make you feel better just for this long, but that's not going to last. Now, here's also what I'm not saying. I'm not saying you shouldn't ever feel bad. I'm not saying you shouldn't process stuff. You should process stuff, right? You should definitely do that. What I'm saying to you is, looking for someone who is mad at you, you'll find it. If you're looking for someone who's prettier than you, you'll find it. If you're looking for someone who sings better than you, you'll find it. If you're looking for someone who's smarter than you, you'll find it. But it's a yes and. Okay, yes, it's not possible for you, even if you have brown eyes, to have the brownest eyes in the world. That's not possible. But a lot of times what we'll do is we'll take this thing, whatever the thing is that we're really excited about or frustrated about, and then we'll do this thing that makes absolutely no sense. We'll take our low tide, our dip, and then we'll go to social media and we'll compare our low tide to everyone's highlight reel. No one puts pictures of our brownies on Instagram. That's not what goes on Instagram. What goes on Instagram, unless you burn brownies and you give it to me, and then maybe I'll take a screenshot and say, look at this will make me some burn brownies. Look at the burn brownies from it. Like that's not why we do it. We don't put our failures out there. Why? Yeah. Because kids these days, whenever you give kids these days a failure that you did, are they more likely to show you grace and support? And that's okay, you'll get it next time? Or is it like, look at this fool and whatever? It's more of the second thing. Now, it doesn't have to be that way. You have choices. Lots of them. That's why I'm here. Because I'm for you. I don't think you're broken. I'm not here to fix you. That's not what I do. I fundamentally believe that everybody can do good. Now, if you read the slide that I'll send to you later, it'll say everybody. But when I say it, I will say everybody. And my mom, who taught me to use my grammar. Michael, speak more clearly. I don't know, but Mom, it's everybody. Everybody can do good. So repeat after me. Everybody can do good. Repeat after me. Everybody can do good. But nobody can do the good you can do the way you do it. One more time, a little bit faster. Everybody do good. Nobody can do the good you do the way you do it. Right? It's kind of like that. Listen, you can do good, but you can't do more good than everyone. Neither can I. Listen, my birthday's this week. It's not today. It's this week. And so I'm doing this thing that I've never done before. I've started it before, but I've never finished it before. This week, that all changes. According to the New York Times, this big newspaper in Oklahoma City, in New York City, according to the New York Times, 81% of Americans want to write a book. Every year, only 1% do. This year, I'm part of the 1%. My book drops on Thursday. Hey, I thought you said it was your birthday. Because I'm no idiot. Like people are going to say, happy birthday, Mike, happy birthday. You know what I'm going to say? Thank you so much. Hey, my book's for sale. The only day of the year that I get as much goodwill as I can possibly get, and I've got the audio version I'm going to release on my podcast, and then I've got a digital version people can buy, and they can pre-order the paperback. Because I'm super smart? No, because I'm afraid if I do it any of the other 364 days of the year, it's not going to go well, right? But this year, I finished something. And you know one of the reasons I finished it? Because of you named Larry. There's a dude named Larry who was in a meeting that I was in an organization I was leading. And he stood up and he said, well, Mike's not much of a finisher. Mike's not much of a finisher. And you know what I heard? Kids these days, except I wasn't a kid. And I'm not telling you that the reason I've woken up before my alarm almost every day for the last 6 months to finish this project was to spite Larry. That's not what I'm saying. But also, I gotta tell you the truth. There have been some times at 4:30 in the morning or 5:15 in the morning when I've been writing where I thought, yep, I'm gonna sign a copy and I'm bringing it to your house. Not like in a confrontational way. And really what I learned about myself in that process, it's less about him and more about me. More about me trying to do the good that I can do. Because I can do good. This book's about communication. You know how many books there are about communication? A gazillion-ish. I don't think my book is the best book ever, but I do think my book is different. Because I'm the one who's ever written this book. Communication culture. 46 chapters. But they're short. Why? Because I want it to be a resource book. Why do you're like, yeah, okay, is this the one about 4 middle schoolers? No, that one's still not quite finished. Yeah. My wife teaches middle school. And when she used to teach third grade, and when she taught the third grade, she taught something that I want to just kind of share with you as we kind of get wrapped up today. She taught about the power of yet. You heard about the power of yet? If you ever heard about the power of yet, do this. Oh, thanks. I'm trying to make sure my ring doesn't fall. The power of yet, it's not tricky. In fact, it's really helpful to you. What's something that you've never done before? What's your name? Audrey? Hi, Audrey. What's something you've never done before? You never have? Did you say that because they said that? You never have really sky? Is this skydive or skydove or skydiving? I don't know. I haven't fallen out of a plane yet either, so I mean, we got that in common. Do you ever want to skydive? Now, I asked, you couldn't see this because you only see the back of what I said, but I said, do you ever want to skydive? And she said no with her word, but with her face, she was like, and that's okay. That doesn't mean that you should. What's something that you would really, really like to do? You feel like I'm putting you on the spot. I kind of am a little, but not to make fun of you. Because remember, I'm 40. I'll come back to you. But I'm not alive, so I really won't come back to you. What's something that you would like to do? Everybody wants to skydive. Okay, fantastic. Have you ever skydived? Skydive? You just haven't done it yet. Now, that doesn't mean you have to. That doesn't mean you don't get to go to high school until you fall out of a plane or jump out of a plane or get pushed out of a plane, however that works. But there are some things that you want to do that someone else is going to look at you and say, why would you want to do that? That's dumb. And that's okay. It's not their deal. Like, if you have never wanted to tap dance, please raise your hand. If you never wanted to tap dance, please raise your hand. Fantastic. I'm not mad at that. I did want to tap dance for a long time, and then I talked myself out of it. You know why? Mama jokes. I mean, not really mama jokes, but because of what people would say. I played college football. I started playing football when I was in 4th grade. I kept playing. The year after I retired, that's what they call it when you quit. The year after I retired, the team I would have been on won the national championship. Beautiful. Do you know what people would say about a retired college football playing tap dancer? Nothing good. How do I know that? Because I probably would have been in the front of the line saying nothing good. Because of my smart aleckiness, not because of everyone else's, because of my own, it kept me from doing this thing, from even trying to do this thing that I wanted to try for a long, long time. That same kind of thing about me kept me from ever hitting publish on some podcasts, on some other stuff. But I've been learning to build some momentum. And whenever you do something good and you finish something good, you can build on it. Which is why your fitness matters so much, right? That's why your attitude matters so much. One of my favorite things about Clinton Middle School, this is my 3rd year to be with Clinton Middle School. One of my favorite things about you guys is you build champions. The expectation is set. It's not that you're going to just come and be here. And to be clear, that's not the goal probably anywhere. But I love that in this school we say, hey, we build champions. And if you are here, you are a champion. I love that. I don't think you're perfect. I'm not perfect either. That's the wrong goal. Hey, Audrey, what's something you'd like to do? Not today, but one day. No, why did you say it like that? Like, you just said something really cool that's pretty big, but you didn't say it. You said it like you kind of looked away. You're like, which that's how we do, right? If I'm talking to any of all of you, kids, students, teachers, if I'm talking to all of you, sometimes there's something that we want to do so much that we don't even look ourselves in the face when we talk about it. When you bring it up in the mirror, you kind of look down. When you're talking to somebody else, you're kind of like, oh, maybe one of these, I want to do this. And she didn't do all that. But you said this thing, and if it's something that you really would like to do, then my question to you is this. What would someone who does that thing, instead of saying, I want to be that person, I want to do that I want to play professional soccer. Instead of saying, that's what I want to do, I want you to ask the question, what would someone who plays professional soccer do in 7th grade? Like, they make good choices. Okay, what does make good choices? Well, learn how to be a good teammate. Okay, fantastic. Because if you're a ball hawk, you're going to kick the ball. Right? And thanks for telling me something that you want to do. And thank you for saying you want to skydive, and everyone else who said skydive. Listen, whatever the thing is, I'm not the only one who's for you. I'm just the only one who's got the shirt that says I'm for you. Every human, every adult human who works here is for you. That's the only reason a sane human, a sane adult would work in public schools in Oklahoma in 2023. It's because they're for you. And sometimes, if you're honest, sometimes you make that a little bit more difficult. So, the reason why I'm here is because I'm for you. I think you're fantastic. I don't think you're perfect. I'm not perfect either. I'm here because you can do good. Everybody can do good. Repeat after me. Everybody can do good.
Everybody can do good.
Okay, 7th grade girls. Repeat after me. Everybody can do good. You almost did it like in unison. That was pretty spectacular. All right, 7th grade boys. Everybody can do good.
Everybody can do good.
Wow. Everybody can do it. Do good, y'all. It's a shame right now. All right, 8th grade girls. Everybody can do good.
Everybody can do good.
Who thinks they need a do-over? The 8th grade boys, okay? Careful, 8th grade boys, you haven't done yet. All right. 8th grade girls, one more time. Everybody do good.
Everybody can do good.
All right, ready to go? 8th grade boys, fellas, everybody can do good.
Everybody can do good.
Listen, whoever you are, if your voice cracks or doesn't crack, however it goes, if you sing to girls, you don't sing to girls, whatever it is that you do, everybody can do good. But nobody can do the good you can do the way you can do it.
What?
That's not just true for today. That's not just true in the classroom. It is true in the classroom. It's also true when you're in Walmart or United or wherever it is you go to buy your groceries. Whenever your mom or dad ever takes care of you, whenever they're doing work to try to help at the house or whatever they're trying to do, you got an option. You can keep playing your video game. Well, I'm in esports, so I'm just studying, right? Okay, careful. When you see someone who needs a little bit of help, you can help them. But don't say, hey, I know you're gonna want to help, but I'm here to help you. Here I come to save the day, right? My cape's blowing a little bit. I don't mean that. Use your opposable thumbs and help when you can, because you can do amazing things. And I want to make sure that you know that there's a dude in Duncan just for you. But that's not the biggest thing I want you to know today. I want you to remember that everybody who works in the school is for you. Even on the days you make it difficult. I think you're fantastic. I don't think you're perfect. I'm not perfect either. That's the wrong goal. I'm for you. Have a fantastic day. Thank you guys.